Well, welcome back to our Work Happy series. This episode is for Enneagram 3s. Enneagram 3s love to work. So, if you're an Enneagram 3, this episode is for you. And if you're not an Enneagram 3, I guarantee you probably work with one. So, I know you're going to enjoy hearing the gift and the shift that we're inviting Enneagram 3s to today. This is 9 in 9 Enneagram Wisdom for Life. Let's dive in. Enneagram 3s bring a lot of gifts to the workplace. I mean, they set a goal and they're very efficient and then they achieve it. So, having an Enneagram 3 on your team feels really good because you're going to dream big and then you're going to make it happen. I'd love for you to listen to my conversation with Kimberly, who is an executive director of a global women's organization, as she talks about her career and what it's like to work with a lot of drive and determination. So in your life and in, you're a mom, you're an executive director, you're all the things. What is the gift of being a 3? How is it helping you, serving you? What's the best part about it?
Well, one, I'm a high producer. Like I can get a lot of things done with very little time. Like I can bang it out, and I will. If I have to limp in there without arms and legs, I will finish the task. So I'm a very good worker. I'm very good at a salaried position where they don't pay you anymore the longer hours you work, or because I will give everything. It's just my nature. That's true for my kid, for motherhood, for friendships. I just, that's very much a part of what helps me get all the things done that every woman has. We all have these lists of incredible things that we're trying to balance and manage and get through. It's exhilarating and it's exhausting. It is for you and I, and for a lot of people in ministry work. It's not just a vocation, it's your calling. And so you have all of that energy attached to what you do as well. Work I've never had a job that was just, I clock in and I clock out. Like it's always been something that has called forth in me this, justice, this, doing the right thing, making the world a better place, kind of calling. So that you don't just clock out at 6 o'clock and go home from that.
The shift I'm inviting you to as an Enneagram 3 is to divorce the marriage of work and worth. Too often work becomes our safe place, or the place we just pour ourselves into, because as an Enneagram 3, there's a constant need to prove yourself worthy of love. But work is not a good lover, because it's completely impossible. It is completely impossible to work hard enough or work long enough hours to make everyone in the world love you. There are going to be so many disappointments when maybe they don't respond as you hoped they would, or you don't get the promotion you thought you deserved. They might not show up to an event you planned, or they might not listen to the podcast that you poured yourself into. Okay, that one was personal. My point is that if we put all of our worth into our work, it's going to be very disappointing. Listen to Kimberly as she talks about what it feels like when these very real disappointments happen. When is the first time you realized that you had associated your actual value as a human with your work? Like that you had interchanged those two things?
It was probably early 2000s. I was working at Anderson University as the campus pastor. Some 2,600 students, and you're the campus pastor. And so when you fail or don't do something right, or people don't love what you did, I instantly felt like I had all this eternal weight on me, for these students and for who they would become. I remember being like just so upset, devastated in the floor because the students, maybe didn't like a speaker that I brought in.
Mm.
Or somebody wrote in and said, we didn't like that, you shouldn't do that. And that would just devastate me.
Right.
That was really, really probably some of the hardest 5 years of my entire life. I learned more than I could ever know, but it was really, really hard.
You just heard Kimberly share about how helpful it is to have people in your life that can help you get perspective and get grounded. And I think that's completely true. But it's also really important to have people that can see what's really going on. The people that know your shadow side, know your temptation. When you know the Enneagram number of your really close friends and your family members and your coworkers, you can really help each other on a deep level because you can see what most other people can't see. I love it when I have a group of friends or a spouse or some coworkers take my Enneagram class designed for more. I love it when they take that together because suddenly they have language around how to help each other. And a story that stands out to me is I had a group of best friends in the class, and the Enneagram 8 said to the Enneagram 2, "Oh my gosh, I finally understand why I can't tell you to just stop caring what people think about you." That's literally the worst thing I could say to you. It's so powerful when you know how to really go a little deeper with the people in your life. And so I want to invite you and a friend, and you and a coworker, you and a partner to take my Enneagram class designed for more together. It will be a wonderful experience, and you can get all of the information at the links in my bio or the links below. There is a $99 discount for podcast listeners. So when you go to checkout, just use the discount code podcast. Now, I do want to remind you, this is the last class for 2025. So don't wait. Grab a friend and join the class today.